Okay, we are on Sheviit, Perek Gimel Mishnah Bab, 6th Mishnah in the 3rd chapter of Sheviit. We're continuing to discuss things that a person is not permitted to do with his field because they look like he's preparing the field for planting. So there says the Mishnah, Gader, let's say you have a fence. Sheyesh bo eser avanim shel masoi shnayim shayim. It has 10 rocks that can only be carried by 2 people, i.e. huge rocks. Then arei elu yinatelu. You can carry off the rocks. Because the point is, if I have a fence, if I have a gader, if I have a fence in my field and I clear it away, maybe I'm clearing it away to plant. So if it's such huge rocks that 2 people have to carry them, and there are so many of them, then I can carry them away. Because then it's clear that I'm not taking them in order to carry them away. Since they're such large rocks, a person would only clear away those rocks if I needed the rocks themselves. But if they were smaller rocks, then I might clear the field myself. Okay, shiur gader asarat tefachim. Same thing is true if I have a gader, if I have a fence that's 10 tefachim high. Okay, if it's 10 tefachim high, then I can clear away the fence. Because the reason I'm clearing away the fence, because it's such a huge job, I must really not want the fence there, and not just to clear away the rocks. But pachod mikan, less than that, mechatzev v'gomamo at pachot me'aretz tefach. There's 2 ways to read this. Mechatzev means it's either a verb, pachod mikan, if it's less than 10 tefachim high, then I can quarry it out and raise it, and lower it until it's less than a tefach, but I can't clear it out entirely because, obviously, if the whole point is to demonstrate that I'm not trying to clear out the land, then obviously, then I can't clear out the land and empty it out and make it empty land so that I could plant. As long as if I left a tefach of fence, then I'm demonstrating that I just wanted to clear out the fence, or I need the rocks or whatever. Another way of understanding it is, pachad mikan, if it's less than 10 tefachim, then it's mechatzev. It is a quarry. And then the rules of the quarry that we learned above are the same. Okay, and remember we learned the quarry in Mishnah about unless I had the minimum amount, I'll go back, unless I had the minimum amount of rocks that we learned in Mishnah, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back to Mishnah, you'll see it. Remember the minimum amount of rocks in order to quarry. If I don't have that, so now our Mishnah is saying it's a mechatzev, and then even in that case, if I have less than those amount of rocks, gomamo at pachot me'aretz tefach, then I can still take away the rocks, I can quarry them, but I have to leave a tefach in the ground. Says the Mishnah, when are all these rules true? Mitoch shelo, if it's his own field. Aval mitoch shel chaveiro, mashu rotzeh ito. You can, if it's his friend's fence in his friend's field, whatever you want, you can take. You can either raise it to the ground. Why? Because the whole point is marit ayin, that I'm not preparing my field for the next year during Sheviit. But if I'm going to my friend's field, then the point, I clearly want the rocks. I'm not going to spend time clearing his field for him for next year. So therefore, I can take whatever I want. Similarly, the Mishnah continues. When are these rules in place? If I didn't start doing the work on Erev Shvi'it, but if I began the work before Shvi'it, whatever he wants, he's allowed to take, and he's not limited by the rules that we have in place. We will stop here. I want to dedicate the learning to the memory of my father, Harav Simcha ben Yitzchak Kalman. And if you have any comments or questions, as always, email me at rspolter@gmail.com. Have a great day.